Hi there. I'm Dr. Emily Roberts of Personal Finance for PhDs. The following clip is from an Ask Me Anything we did with Sam Hogan on June 21st, 2023. Sam is a mortgage originator specializing in early career PhDs, an advertiser with Personal Finance for PhDs, and my brother. In this clip, you'll hear Sam's response to a question on what the initial communication between him and a mortgage applicant looks like and if the applicant should have any particular information on hand when reaching out. Can you please talk through what reaching out to Sam entails, if interested in the home buying process, what information to have or to know?
Yeah, so I would definitely say texting me is the best way to reach me right now. Okay, so when I'm answering a phone call from a PhD who's just like calling me out of the blue, I ask these couple questions. I ask, when's your planned graduation date? And do you have, basically like a good communication with your advisor? So planned graduation date. Um, I ask, do you know if you're in good like credit standing? When was the last time you looked into this? So do you have an idea of what your FICO scores are? Because we have to have over 660, which usually everybody does. Then I ask, ideally, how much money are you willing to spend to get this home purchase done? Is it 10,000? Is it 20,000? Is it 5,000? What is your ideal budget? Um, and then I ask about timeline. Like, do you have a lease ending? Are you living with family or friends rent free? Or must you close before August 15th when you have to be, on campus, right? Or not on campus, but at the university. So those are some of my initial questions I ask. Um, of course I'll ask, are you making 36,000 for your stipend, or are you making more or less? Tell me about your field of study that you're in, those types of things also. So then I can get an idea of where you're trying to live, what your budget is, if you're going to fall into the credit box that I need you to. And basically, I know what direction I'm going to go with your loan approval from that first conversation. Things you want to have on hand to provide. Well, I send you an application link basically, and from that, when you're done, it will provide you with a portal. That's where I want to see your driver's license, your stipend letter, your most recent pay stubs for the last 30 days, your most recent bank statements for only the account that you want to use for closing. I don't want to see the 401k stuff unless you're withdrawing from it. I don't want to see a savings account that we're not using. We try to give the underwriter enough information to approve your loan and not too much information that it takes them too long to give you the approval or it opens up too many questions. But yeah, those are the basic questions I ask. What's your budget? What's your timeline? What's your credit scores? And, I will also throw on there, like, what university are you going to or what state are you trying to buy in?
Yeah, so it sounds like I don't think there's any real special way you need to prepare to talk to Sam. Like, just
Right.
reach out to Sam and he'll guide you through some questions and he'll send you some more paperwork to do or whatever. So there's nothing, you don't have to pull your own credit scores. It's just if you know generally like what they are. Yeah, so just it's more casual. Just go ahead and reach out. And then this is an anonymous question. I think because you mentioned in that process of, are you in good communication with your advisor about the graduation date and so forth? This person's asking, what if you would rather not include your advisor? Is that doable? So I guess the question is like, how involved is like the employer or the advisor in these, the verification process?
We don't always reach out to the advisor, but there's cases sometimes where we get a letter just saying that, yes, this student is in good standing. Their funding will continue until their graduation date. Let me know if you have any questions. If someone's on an annual renewal, we like to get an additional letter from either their advisor or someone else in payroll who can say, yes, they're in good standing. Yes, their employment's going to continue. And this is maybe like the third or fourth type of document that we would have to complete your income profile. So we'll have your pay stubs, we'll have your stipend letter, we'll send a form called a written verification of employment to HR or payroll so they can complete it. From time to time, we'll contact the advisor if it's okay with my client. If it's not, no worries, we'll do something else. But we get basically an overview of how long their stipend's going to continue, especially if there's like multiple funding sources. If you're getting 20,000 from this funding source for 3 years, but and then another 16 from another funding source. Sometimes we like to group that together and simplify it and say this person's receiving $36,000 through these two funding sources over the next couple of years. So basically, it depends on the strength of your original stipend letter. If your original stipend letter is like 6 years, 36K, just have to maintain a full-time student and, keep over a 3.0 GPA. Like that is basically as simple as it can get. If your stipend letter is like 10 pages long and it talks about renewing every single semester, should you remain in good standing and keep your GPA up and remain whatever, then we like to simplify that. And this is something I can find out very early on in the loan approval process, like right after application. When I read your stipend letter, I'll know immediately, like, yep, I've worked with this university before. Yep, we've used a letter exactly like this. So we know exactly what to do.
Thanks for watching this clip from our recent AMA. If you have your own mortgage question for Sam, please text or call him at 540-478-5803 or attend our next first-time homebuyer AMA. You can find the details for that event at pfforphds.com/mortgage.